And his two sons ran riot in the temple. They went to the war and they were killed in the battlefront, namely Hophni and Phinehas. And when the news came to Eli that his sons had died, he was in a rocking chair. He fell down and broke his neck. What? You could have averted that catastrophe, but he didn't want to listen. How should we live our lives in view of what has been revealed to us in the Bible? Does it mean that we just do our own ways? No, sir. God does not speak for the sake of speaking. God does not speak in order to hear his voice. God is faithful. He desires that no man should perish, but all should repent and be saved. That's the desire of God. If anyone, all those that are going to be lost, it's not because God will have failed to save them. It is because they will have refused to acknowledge and heed the warning of God. That's where the problem comes in. That's where the problem comes in. Samuel became a big man. He was a prophet now. Eli is long gone. And Samuel was now advising the first king of United Israel under Saul the Benjamite. Saul should have done well to listen, but he didn't. He's given King Agag and the fatty animals. And he was a very slothful kind of leader. When he was coming back from war, he was singing war songs of victory. And when Samuel came to confront him, before even Samuel could open his mouth, the man he was boasting, "We have done this." Just like politicians like boasting, we have built roads, we have done infrastructure, we have done this and this. Well, I've done all the commandments of God. Then Samuel just asked him one simple question. Well, if you have done all the commandments of God, tell me, it's acknowledging to say, I've done wrong, I didn't obey God fully, please forgive me. The man turns around and speaking to the king. Can the people tell you to do something and you do it with you will hear of governments all over the world, the government of America, the government of Czechoslovakia. So he said to the people, they are the ones who said, let's take the fat ones, we want to sacrifice. Samuel says, is God more interested in sacrifice than in obedience? Behold, to obey is better than the sacrifice. And to disobey, to rebel, is like the sin of witchcraft. There's no difference between people who are being told, turn around, and they don't listen, and them and the sangomas who go riding on the back of a hyena in the middle of the night, stuck naked, going for mission, because they're cantankerous and they're rebellious. And this is what happened. God removed his hand from Saul, and he sought for himself a man after his own heart. And after seeking a man after his own heart, the next king to rule was David. Of all the kings that ever ruled in Israel, even when it became split, there's no king that left a record born with infirmities. He knows that we are shaped in iniquity in our mother's wombs. And God also bears. That's why God came, not before we put our act together. He came, he messed up. Saw someone's wife bathing on the rooftop of the palace, and he thought he had the right to sleep with that woman. When the husband was a valiant and a brave soldier, one of the best soldiers in the army of Israel, 37. Of course, he may not have been an Israelite by birth. He was a proselyte, a Hittite, who had accepted the true God. And that man was principled. What a principled soldier. I wish we had soldiers like that who are principled. Even when the king tried to make him drunk with the wine, that wine could not go and bedazzle his brains. He still thought straight. He said, sin. Until God sent the prophet Nathan. And Nathan told David, you are that man. David did not continue stiff-necked. He changed around and said, I've sinned. When I hid my sin, the bones within me grew cold. God was still in control. God ruling in the kingdoms of men, using other human beings to speak to us. God will not come personal and sit on your lap and tell you you are going the wrong way. No, he's got his own word, the Bible, and he has got the people who speak. Listen, in Itonga they say, you can have a big ant-hill, and you have got that small hill, those small little ones that are made of gray. But listen, the Bible, even in English, they say, listen to a fool, because you may get some sense from the fool. I remember one time on this same program, I told a story of that I heard of someone driving from on the greatest road coming into town, and when he reached just adjacent